Hello everybody and welcome to We Never Learn Season 2 Episode 10 Anime Review. This episode, I mean it was a continuation of last week's episode. It's really hard not to root for Furuhashi at this point. Fumino Furuhashi, she is, she's, my personal favourite is obviously Sensei, but in terms of who Yuiga should end up with, Furuhashi, I'm rooting for her. The others haven't. I don't know. I don't think they have revealed who it is in the manga, right? But I'm rooting for Furuhashi. I think Sensei's best girl, but I'm rooting for Furuhashi because they're just really nice, aren't they? Together, I'm not an expert on these things. I could deduce everything, but I'm not going to do that. This episode though, it wasn't quite the same as I thought it was. I made a prediction last week that I was pretty confident in, and it didn't go exactly that way. So it was nice to be at least a little bit different. So anyway, let's crack on with the episode and see what went down exactly. Let's do this. So the episode opens up with Furuhashi cooking some food for old Yuiga. It's remember, she can't cook. Before that though, it's like, oh yeah, it's like newlyweds. Get it? They're really ramming that home. And it's like, yeah, it does also add to the thing where I'm like, yeah, I want Furuhashi to win. Is it a contest? I want her to win. Everyone's out all day, so it's just the two of them. Yuiga eats the food, even though it sucks, and he's too nice to say it sucks. She sucks at all the housework. She puts a hole through the already wrecked house when she was cleaning. She can't cook, and spread the load and all that. Don't force one person to do all the work. That's a terrible idea. Then when he's having a bath, she just comes in, fair play to her, she wanted to wash his back, but how many of people of the opposite gender at that age would have comfortably come into you while they knew you were having it wasn't even like an accident, like, oh sorry, I didn't realise you were in here. It was just like, yeah, I'm coming in to wash your back. And it's like, do people, I don't think people would be, no, they wouldn't do that, would they? Whatever though. He's like, hey, you need to reconcile is the word, with your dad. And she's like, no, we would have done it already. And I'm like, idiot, just be friends again. And she falls asleep on his back, and then later on wakes up. Yuiga's like, let's go on a date. And it's like, I was like, excuse me, one, it's a bit late, you gotta go to school tomorrow. They didn't have to go to school tomorrow, the joke doesn't work. And two, I don't have a second point, moving on. They go to a field where the stars are really good. The stars literally got brighter in that field because no light pollution. I know about stars sometimes, depending on the day of the week. They both know about stars. Yuiga knows some things about stars because after the festival episode, which I believe was the end of season 1, he researched them too because he got interested in it. And she never told her dad how much she loves the stars and everything. So, probably should have done that. It showed that you're not just doing it to be a pain, or not a pain, to be, it's not wishy-washy. You were dedicated, She slips and falls over and he saves her, and then she has a flashback to the old, what would you name a star thing? She had a conversation with her mum. Her mum played a big part in this episode despite being dead, so that's good, I think, again, just the whole Yuiga hasn't quite helped the others the same way he's helped Furuhashi here, I don't think. Yes, obviously he's helped the others, but for me it's not been quite the same. So she is in the clear lead right now. But anyway, let's see how she manages to solve this problem. So her dad returns home to find her sitting there with her hair covering her eyes, so she's serious. And she's resolved. She argues her point to him and explains that hey, she knows things. Her dad is impressed, and he's like, yeah, I'm still saying no though. And then she says something that reminds her dad of his mum, or his wife, her mum. They see the similar thing, and he's still won't accept it and everything. The laptop. So they check out the laptop. That's right. The laptop had no thesis on it, it turns out. There's a video, and the video is from her mum before she sadly died. And she just reveals everything. She wasn't talented at math at all. She just worked hard to get to where she was to impress Reiji, Reiji, that's his name. Which, you know, that's a nice thing. What's it? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's a lesson right there. Uh, yeah, said to Furuhashi, just do what you love, you know? And it's like, yeah, now he's going to agree because of that. And later on, a bit later on, Furuhashi saves Yuiga from the police because he was so worried, he wanted to know what was going on. He ran over there and everything. We get more about the star thing. She was going to name the star after her dad, and it's like really nice. It's like, oh, that's cool. The password was Reiji, his name, because of that's what they're going to name the star. And yeah, I just really liked it. We're not quite at the end yet. I know I'm blitzing through this quite fast, but yeah, just it was a nice thing. You know, it was a nice resolution. I didn't think it'd be a video. Like I said, I thought it'd be just pictures of Furuhashi, but I think I like this more. You know, it makes more sense, and I can't complain about that. And at this point, you know, Furuhashi and Yuiga are talking. Furuhashi, I think she's accepted she likes him now, and like, come on, Furuhashi, we want you to win. I don't care about the other two. You know, it sounds a bit harsh, but Furuhashi needs him more. Is that too much of a stretch of a statement? I think it's not. Yeah, she does the head lean thing, and he thinks she's asleep, and she's like, "No, I'm awake. Let's just rest a bit." And I'm like, "Yes." And then we find out that her dad finally gave approval to do it, so they're on the mend. That's good. Turns out her dad was in contact with Yuiga's mum the whole time to make sure she was alright and everything, giving her money to pay for her. Just good stuff. He was basically confused about what to do as well, because he's a math guy. And then later on, her dad asks Yuiga, it's like, what is the relationship between you two? Am I going to have to call you my son-in-law, basically? And Furuhashi's like, no, I promise we're not like that. And that was the end of the episode, which, you know, feels kind of weird. This felt like a very final thing. We've got 3 episodes left still of this season. But yeah, I enjoyed it, you know. I like Furuhashi. She's my best girl list for this show, like, constantly changes. Sensei's always number 1, but the rest of them constantly change. Furuhashi's up there, though. She's good, you know. I don't know. I honestly think she might have had the most development. Maybe that's just a stretch, but I think she's the one that deserves Yuiga the most. I'm going to annoy a lot of the other people, like the other fans, the people that like Ogata and Takemoto. That's fine, you know. This kind of show is built for arguments about waifus, so that's good. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. I enjoyed it, as I said. Furuhashi is good. I don't know how long this review is. It's probably not too long, but hey-oh, this show doesn't always have a lot to talk about. But yeah, I enjoyed the resolution to it. I enjoyed they brought the mum back into it and how she basically resolved it with the old video, just so happened to have all the answers they needed, you know. But Furuhashi did say, like, hey, if we had talked this out, we would have solved this problem 10 years ago instead of now. And it's like, yeah, you know. So life lesson, talk to your bloody parents if you've got a problem. Don't bottle it up. I have no evidence, not evidence, I'm in no position to give this advice. I'm not trained or nothing, but the anime did it, so I'm regurgitating what the anime said. My voice is starting to go now, so I am going to end this episode. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing and liking, commenting and belling and all those other things YouTube likes. Check out the main channel as well, subscribe there, because at some point, don't know when, there will be a video ranking every anime I watched this year, so subscribe so you know when that's out, basically. Yeah, I will see you next week for another episode of this, and bye guys.